it's Lindsay here, and it's Wednesday, so you know what that means. It's time for another What's Up Wednesday, and today's topic is all about the spinner on your ActivPanel, your Promethean ActivPanel. Now, this is version 7 and version 9, so it doesn't matter which version you have. If you have a Promethean ActivPanel version 7 or 9, you're going to have this spinner built in, which is awesome. But I will tell you, when I open it up, if your spinner does not look like the one that's showing up here, then you probably need to update your panel. And so if you have a version 7, you're going to go to your locker, look for the update app, and then click update and let that run. But don't do that right before you have to start teaching. That's an end of the day or beginning of your planning period type of activity. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and on the version 9, I'm going to go to the 3 dots and say applications and spinner. On a version 7, you would go to your locker and click spinner. And it's going to take a little second and think, and then it's going to open. And so here's my spinner. It's up in the top corner. Now I can just click on the little gray bar and move it around if I need to. But notice I'm on numbers. The spinner does come with 3 presets. You've got numbers 1 to 10, you've got shapes, and you've got consonants, okay? Now, if I click the little drop down here, it's going to show me the spinners that I have. And I have obviously created some more, so I have more listed in here. You can create your own spinners by clicking Create List. And when you click that, it's going to give you a little pop-up window. And from here, you would enter a title, and then you would enter the items to your list. I'm just going to say cancel because I don't really want to create one, which is totally fine. You can have up to 30 spinners, and you can have up to 50 slots on each spinner. So just know the more slots you have, the smaller that gets. All right. So you can create your new one, or you can edit the ones that are there. So this numbers one, notice how it's got a pencil there. If I wanted to add like a number 11, which I've already done, I can add up to 50 on here. All you would do is click the pencil. I'm going to go down to add item, and then I would just do 12. And then I'm going to say done. And then now my spinner is going to have 12 slots, which is awesome. So if you don't feel like doing one, if you teach middle school or high school, you don't feel like doing one for every class, you can just do the numbers 1 to whatever your largest class is, assign each student a number, and use that to pull names for activities or questions or whatever. Okay? So super duper easy. One thing I will show you is right next to the titles or the different spinners that you have a plus sign. You can add up to 4 spinners on your screen at one time. And so I can do numbers, and I'll just do numbers again. And then when I spin the spinner, y'all, you can either hit the blue circle in the middle, like this, or you can do a swipe, and that will spin. Here we go. And what I can do here is say, okay, now we have 12 and 1. Give me the sum, give me the product, give me the difference, whatever I need to do. So just like with those spinners, opening up 2 of the same spinners, you have a little easy pre-built activity that you could just pop out really, really quickly. I'm going to close that for now. I'm going to click the magnifying glass, and that's going to show you the different sizes that you have. I'm on small. This is medium. This is large. And if I want to get super fancy, I can go full screen, which makes this my whole screen. But if I am not full screen, I'm going to go back to medium. Notice that this is going to float, on top of whatever I have displayed, which is awesome. So even if I go to the whiteboard, open that up, it's going to float on top of that. If I had my computer connected and I was on my computer as a source, it would float on top of that, which is awesome. But y'all, look, I even have one that I created for the specific activity. I have coordinates on here. In the whiteboard, if I go to the insert image, I have a coordinate plane in here. So I can have this. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I have my coordinate over here. I can spin this, and then the students can come up to the panel and do the plotting on the coordinate plane here. And I can even have another spinner open with my student names if that's what I so choose to do. Okay, so I do have one with people names or my student names on here, which is awesome. So now we're going to talk about the settings. So I'm going to click on this gear icon just to show you. Now you can have different things set for different spinners. So whatever I'm doing on here is on my period 1 spinner. Whatever settings I make are going to be saved specifically for this spinner. So you can have your settings. You can have it do fireworks when it does the selection, which this is confetti. Whee. This is fireworks. Pew, pew. So much fun. You can have sounds. So you have celebrate. you have cheer, and you have the drums, which that one to me is more like if I tell a joke, I need that as one of my sound effects. But I will tell you, you can do this, but just know with those sounds, every time you spin the spinner and it selects something, you're going to hear that sound, which can be a little bit annoying. So I like to do the celebration, but I don't have anything for the sound. But y'all, right here where it says repeat selection, by default, when you make a spinner, that is set to be on, okay? When it's on and I spin my spinner, if I do this one and I spin, it's going to pick Jason. Yay for Jason. Now, with repeat selection on, if I spin again, it could potentially pick Jason again. When you turn off repeat selection like mine is on, it will not pick Jason again until all the other slots have been selected. But what's great is Jason doesn't know he's not going to be picked again because he's not marked out. He's not pulled out of the list. He's not highlighted. So Jason doesn't know he's not going to get picked again. So it forces him to stay engaged in the lesson, which is awesome. So those are your settings. Styles, it's just going to change the colors of the little boxes or the little outline of your spinner. That's a little bit fun, but not really. But there are so many different uses for the spinners. So we had a high school chemistry teacher that did the elements, and she would do elements 1 to 50 and then 51 to 100 and pull them up and spin each one. And the students had to do chemical equations to combine the elements. How smart is that? So lots of different ideas with things that you can do with the spinner, not just to select student names, although it's awesome for that. Lots of different activities. Trying to think of some of the other ones I have in here. Oh, pre-writing or writing activities for your students. If they can't think of things to write, you can have one that has characters, add another spinner and have one that does setting, add another spinner and have one that does conflict. And then if they can't think of something to write, they come up and spin it and it gives them some ideas. So not just a tool for selecting names, although it's awesome for that. And you have, again, the option to do up to 30 spinners that you can save at one time. And on each spinner, you can have up to 50 slots. So that's your, in a nutshell, spinner on your ActivPanel. Hope this was helpful, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.